Hey, what's up? This is the introduction to the Python tutorial. I hope you enjoy it and learn a lot. How is everybody doing? I hope everyone is good, safe at home. And yeah, another Python tutorial. So we have been over data types, variable, print, input, and also booleans. What else? Let me check. Also, we cover also arithmetic operations in the last video, and comparative operations with equal sign and bigger than and smaller than. So if you have not watched those videos, go and check them so you can keep up. We are not going too fast, are we? Okay. So yeah, what are we going to see today? Okay, so today we're going to see two things that are very important and are built-in functions and methods. Okay, so let me go into the topic and just explain it to you. Okay, going to my corner here. I'm so glad that I fixed the quality of the screen being recorded. That was such a relief, actually. But yeah, I'm using OBS Studio for those who want to know. So we went over arithmetic operations, comparative operations, and Boolean, right? Today we are going to see what are built-in functions. What are built-in functions? So I am leaving you here a link to all the built-in functions that you can see, and these are functions that are already built in Python. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So common operations, built-in functions, are functions that are already declared and specified and defined in Python, and they will be very useful as along your process of learning Python. So for example, when trying to convert data, for example, we will use bool or string or integer, right? So let me get an example here. So if I have a that is true, right? I want to convert it to Boolean, and I will do bool a. So that will print true. I want to. Okay, sorry. I have 1, and I want to print a boolean of 1 is true. Okay. If I have 1 and I want to convert it into a string, then I would do string. So it's in between quotation marks, and now it's a string. Now this is B. Okay, I want to put B. Okay, B, I want to transform it or convert it into a number. Int B, now it's a number, and so on. We have gone through these also in previous tutorials about conversion of data types. But I just wanted to mention that these are all built-in functions. Okay. Min, max, so you can get the maximum of the minimum of a series of numbers. Print, type, range, zip, length. Length will obtain the length of your list, for example, or your word, right? Range, and that I will explain later. Zip also. Type, data type, I have already said what this function does, but basically obtains the type of data that you're dealing with. It's very useful when you are kind of debugging and you're like, oh, I don't know why this is not working. Well, let me check what type of data this is. This is very useful and very common to do. Okay, so the difference between built-in functions and methods. are that built-in functions basically are always available, but methods only apply to some specific types of data. Okay, methods are functions that belong to specific objects or variables, right? Or variables. The method might or not modify the object or the variable. That is something that we have to bear in mind, because whenever we are applying a method and we are trying to print it, then it will say an error or print an error, and we will say why it's not working. But this might be because we are not modifying the object. Okay, each type of object has different methods available. Okay, so we cannot maybe lower a number, right? We cannot replace or split a number that only contains one element. Sorry, my head collapsed. Okay, okay. Here we have a example, and okay, the syntax of the methods is different from the syntax of the string of the functions or the built-in function, right? So if I want to do a print, I will put the function and then bracket or parentheses. Compared to the methods, you call a method by calling your object a dot and then the method and then parentheses. Okay, it's after your object, so it's referring to your object. And the function goes like function and then inside the object, but not. Yeah. Okay. So the example chain. This is a string, or this is an example. You can see here string. I'm gonna put it more obvious. String is with upper case, and we will print it in upper, all in upper. Let me do it like this, and then like that. Okay, I wanna print this example all in upper, so I'm applying the method upper to the chain variable that is a string. So upper is a method that is applied for strings. Okay, you can see here that it converted all to uppercase. Same with lower. Okay, let's do it. And you see there's nothing inside the method, right? So we are already defining the object we are applying to, and then empty. Lower. This string is an example. Okay, lower replace. Okay, so here what we are doing is inside the method we are saying replace this character by this character, and from our original chain the small ends or lower ends are replaced by bigger ends, and so on. We can apply the method split, so it will split by spaces or by what we define here. Maybe this is a slash or a hyphen or okay, and then you see what I think is not here clear. Let's leave this. Let's delete that. Okay, so replace and then split by hyphen, and then has split it into two parts. Okay, title. These will put all the letters from each word, or the first letter of each word, into capitals. Capitalize. It will only put the first letter of our string into capital, and then index, so we can access the string and say where is the letter S, index. Okay. Common errors. So there might be cases where we are not specifying any arguments to the method, and it is needed or is a must to specify. So if I'm telling Python replace nothing, then he doesn't know what to replace, right? And yeah, basically that. You can see here, next tutorial we're going to cover some lists, and just a little bit of spoiler here. Yeah, so let me go back and say goodbye. Okay, so it was very nice teaching you this. It also made me realize that defining what built-in function is not as easy as I expected, actually. And yeah, so very important, built-in functions, methods, difference, and yeah, is very important to practice and to understand what these type of functions are. Okay, so I will see you in the next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we are seeing slightly more complicated things and complex things. So I think it's going in the good direction. See you in the next tutorial. Bye!